Greetings and welcome back to the GeoSciBlog media channel. I'm your host, On the Rocks. If you haven't seen our introductory video, please go back and check it out. It'll touch on a few of the things that we're about, including the fact that we're new, we're on a shoestring budget, so we're asking your indulgences as far as, getting used to doing this, getting over stage fright, things like that. Now, for right now, I want to talk about Georgia on my mind. I'm not going to start singing, so don't worry about that. I am a Georgia native, so of course that's my bias. I did live in El Paso, Texas for 14 years, so I will be doing videos in the future about the desert Southwest, desert ecosystems and such. They have their own specific types of beauty. Now, to get on to the issue of Georgia, in my opinion, Georgia is a great place to study the physical sciences, the outdoor sciences, geology, biology, ecology, oceanography, botany, things like that. And then there's some other sciences, of course. We have a number of good universities, museums, conservation projects, and from time to time, as I get into these more specifically, I will give you some captions, some little notations on the screen, places you can go for more resources. Now, by land area, Georgia is the largest state east of the Mississippi River. If you include the square mileage of water bodies, Wisconsin and Florida are a little bit larger, but Georgia is the largest land-wise. We're a little over 57,500 square miles. Now, Georgia has 5 geologic or physiographic provinces. From the northwest part of the state, we have the Appalachian Plateau. Going to the southeast, you will then go into the Valley and Ridge Province, then to the Blue Ridge Province, then to the Piedmont Province, and then to the Coastal Plain. Also of importance is the fall line. Now, the fall line is not a province, it's a major boundary between the Piedmont and the Coastal Plain. Now, there's a number of unusual, almost unique ecosystems in Georgia, especially some of the ones that we share with North Carolina and South Carolina. These include, on the Piedmont, granite pavement ecosystems. In the southeastern United States, the Piedmont province has about 12,000 acres of granite exposures. About 90%, or 10,800 plus acres, are in Georgia. So there are some unusual ecosystems that are associated with those granite exposures, unusual plants, etc. Another type of unusual ecosystem that we share with the Carolinas are called Carolina bays. These occur on the Coastal Plain province. They are generally circular to elliptical in shape, and there's some debates going on as to how they formed. Some of them are wooded, some of them are open marshes. Again, they offer some unusual opportunities to study wetlands that may be away from river and creek systems. In some cases, they are in upland areas. Barrier islands and salt marshes are also important ecosystems. Again, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, we have the majority of the barrier islands and such. Of course, there are some further up the Atlantic coast, also along the Gulf Coast, but we have the best examples of them, or so we think. Another ecosystem that we have on our own is the Okefenokee Swamp. It's about 700 square miles, and it is the largest inland blackwater swamp in the United States. So it's important for a number of different reasons. Some of the industries that we have in Georgia, granite, marble, kaolin, those are things that geologists can study, engineers can study. Each of these industries have their own unique pollution problems. Other things of interest that you could study in Georgia include the urban heat island. In fact, Atlanta's been cited as a good example of an urban heat island. Some other things that we can study, again, just a variety of things. As I mentioned, we have a number of conservation projects, a number of organizations, and I'll get to this again in specific videos. Now, some other things that we will touch on in upcoming videos: building your library. Every scientist needs a library. Eco-stewardship, in other words, how you can help. For instance, 2 days from now, I'm going to be taking part in a volunteer effort called Sweep the Hooch. It's about cleaning up along the riverbanks and the tributaries of the Chattahoochee River to try to keep some of that junk from going further downstream. I will do some videos on hiking tips. Again, I'm not into heavy-duty hiking. I've done some moderate-duty hiking in the past. I've mentioned in the intro maybe recycling etiquettes, other things like study habits, local resources, some of the local organizations you can make contact with, whether it's about recycling, education, etc. Another important subject is on being a positive influence. If you're going to talk to people about environmental concerns, there are ways you can be more effective. Getting in somebody's face is not going to do it. And I'll give my reasons for that later. Something else we can talk about is what's called the scientific method. So anyway, if you would please bear with us, be patient, keep coming back and checking out and seeing what we're up to. Hopefully there will be some surprises. And the idea is that you please turn off the TV. Let's enjoy the real reality, not what's presented to you on reality TV. Again, that's my opinion, but it is, I feel, an educated opinion. So, again, come back and check us out. And thanks for your time.